Hi, hello. How are ya? How's it going on this fine December evening? I'm doing well. Vlogmas is going as planned. Everything is fine. Hope you're having a great holiday season so far. So, recently I bought a box of expired Polaroids on eBay, and none of them worked, as you can see by the brown squares on your left there. And I thought, well, how can I repurpose these and make them useful and not throw them away? And I found some videos actually by Kasey here on the YouTubes, and she has a couple about like drawing and painting on Polaroids, and they're definitely worth checking out. I'll put a link in the description. And yeah, that's basically what I'm doing, just trying to make them pretty again, I suppose. So for this first couple, I decided to do some sort of abstract paint thing. So basically I cut open the Polaroid and then put paint in it, as you saw. Be careful when doing this because you want to make sure the Polaroids are dry, so like after you take them the chemicals are still wet, I guess, and that can be harmful for your skin, especially if you're cutting them open and then you're going to be touching them. So like wait at least a week, maybe longer. I'm not really sure how long exactly, but just be safe. So with this second one, I actually used a fluid pouring medium that I used for paint pouring and fluid art stuff, and that helped the paint flow like into each other a lot easier, if that makes sense. You can probably tell, but yeah, highly recommend that. I also used water instead of the medium to see if it would have the same effect, and it did for the most part. This is the one that I used with water, and as you can see, it did pretty much the same effect. So if you don't have a fluid medium, you can just use water. Just don't use too much, because the outside of the Polaroid is only like a thick paper basically, so it's pretty fragile for the most part, I guess. Yeah, and for this next one, all I did was print out a picture and I just cut it and put it in the Polaroid to pretend it was taken on a Polaroid. Pretty basic here, nothing fancy at all. And then for the bottom part, I just used Mod Podge to seal it. I used tape on the other ones if you couldn't tell, but that was mostly because I didn't want the paint to leak out of the bottom, so the Mod Podge definitely looks a lot nicer. For this next one, I got the idea from Gotch, I believe her name is, and she has this whole series based on Polaroids she took, and she basically writes on them, and I just thought that was really cool. I seen it on Pinterest, and yeah, I don't know, I just felt like they really told a story from her little sentence that she added to them. So I will put her website link in the description if you're interested in that nonsense. This one, I basically cut up the rest of that picture I just used and use it as confetti, I guess. And this would look a lot better if I actually had confetti, but I didn't, so I just tried doing this, and it's cool, very fun. Again, well, with the brown background, it definitely isn't the prettiest, but if I had a different background, it would probably look a lot nicer. And if I had actual like confetti or like glitter or something, that would be pretty. I can see it being very therapeutic, like shaking it. So, yeah. Also, it's important to note that for this one, make sure you leave some air when you tape it up, so then it's just easier to move the little pieces of confetti around, you know? Yeah. Okay, for these next ones, all I did was basically draw a scene on them. Yeah, some of them I went from whatever the subject matter was supposed to be on them, and then other ones I just did something random or that I thought of. And yeah, this was fun. You kind of have to be careful because of the material that the glossy surface is. The pen doesn't dry that quickly, so make sure you don't smudge it. I smudged a couple of them, as you will be able to see. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna let the rest of the video play out to music since it's pretty self-explanatory. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Vlogmas. I hope you got some coolio ideas for your dead Polaroids. If you have any ideas of your own, please let me know because that's fun to share ideas. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Okay, I will see you tomorrow. Okay, bye. Bye bye. Bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye.